I'm worthless, and that's not true. And once I started feeling this way, I'm like, dude, this is freaking unbelievable. So I started cutting people off, and when I started cutting people off, I was ultimately blocking what's going in my ears, because inside the ears is soil. Your mind is like soil. And if you plant corn, what do you think's coming up?
Corn.
Period. If you plant corn and expect fucking wheat, you're an idiot. You get what you plant. So if you're letting people talk shit, or you're talking shit, you're planting shit. What do you think's coming up?
Shit.
Okay? Who wants shit? See what I mean? Like, that's a choice. People don't understand. Like, you're choosing this stuff. It's amazing. Once you get to a certain point, some of you will, some of you won't. Unfortunately, statistics say that probably only 10% of you are going to do anything. The rest of you, well, you might as well just give up now. What's that say? So guess what? Fuck those stats! I'm serious. Like, dude, quit listening to bullshit and the bullshit. Money doesn't grow on trees. Well, first of all, yes it does, because it's technically made of paper. Secondly, they don't tell you where it does grow. They just tell you it doesn't grow there. Okay, where does it grow? Does anybody know? I'll tell you where it grows. It grows in other people's pockets. So if you want more money, just get more relationships. That's it. Bottom line, more hands you shake, more money you make. That's a fact. Write that down. And you will see, you can go down the road right now. Whoever's selling the most, I guarantee you they're talking to the most. Now again, some people say, no, this guy, he sucks. He talks to way more people. Folks, I did a contest one time in my job. There was a bunch of badass people. I used to think sales was everything, because I taught sales and closing, and I was the best sales and closer on the planet. Still am, actually, but that's irrelevant. Another story. You guys all have a grant card on? Everybody says, because they're familiar with him, and then they're familiar with me, they say, well, who's better, you or Grant? I'm like, he writes me a check every month. So who's close to me? But, I'm a badass closer, and I, now shit, where was I? The more hands you shake, the more money you make. So these guys, I had badass salespeople, and I thought sales was everything. Learn to close, sell, and persuade. Dude, you'll be rich no matter what. All you got to do is be the best salesperson in the world. Sales trumps it all. But I was wrong, because actually, marketing, and the gentlemen that were up here before me, trumps it all. Leads, marketing, leads, people to talk to, opportunities to do business. I call them OTDBs. How many opportunities to do business did you have today? If the answer is 0, how much money could you have made? 0. If you have 1,000, you had a better shot than if you had 10. So I had these kick-ass salespeople that were like still arguing, sales is the best, sales is the best. And I said, okay. So I started, taking the ups, because I was the general sales manager, and divvying them up differently. I had an average salesperson talking to 20 people, and I had a kick-ass salesperson talking to nobody. Who do you think won? The average guy. More hands you shake, more money you make. Quit worrying about, well, I'm not as good as these guys. I'm not as slick as these guys. Go out and work these guys. How about that?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, the more work that you put in, pretty soon people will be like, well, who is this dude? What is he saying? What is he doing? Or she? What are they doing that I'm not? And it's called working. You know why they call it work? Because it works. But anyway, so just make sure you guys know this, man. The more hands you shake, the more money you make. You can't worry about, people saying no, you're still getting paid. Do you know that? Yeah. You guys get paid whether they say yes or no. People don't understand that. I'm like, dude, how do you not understand what I'm talking about? Let's say you talk to 10 people. 9 of them say no, 1 says yes, you make what's an average? 5 grand, 6 grand? Let's just say 5 G's. 1 person says yes, 9 people says no. You talk to 10 people, you made 5 G's. How much did you make every time someone says no? $500. Knock, knock, knock. No, get the fuck out of here. Right on. Because you got to quit worrying about that. You know what? That's what causes people to literally change their mindset. And when it boils down to it, it's mindset, skill set, and habits. That's all it is. Your mindset's either stopping you, your skill sets are stopping you, or your habits are stopping you. And even if you have a killer mindset, and by the way, if you don't have the right mindset, dude, you're done. Just so you know, it's all right here, really. But let's assume you got the right mindset, but you're not that good. Your skill sets are kind of weak. You probably won't succeed either. Okay? You can be positively running in the wrong direction. You know? So like, get good. Okay? And how do you do that? Find someone who's good. Find someone who's doing it. It's not that difficult. Tap into April Academy. Show up to the office and listen and watch and quit making excuses as to why, well, it's not that easy. Bullshit. That's your mindset. Now you got to go back there. So mindset, skill set, habits. You get your skill set right? And then your habits are screwed up. You ain't going to go nowhere. So you can be positive as shit, killer, but you don't do the right things, you ain't going anywhere. You really keep it as simple as it is. Get the right mindset, get the right skill set, get the right habits, and you're done. In anything in life, let alone solar, let alone this business. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Now, I got 2 hours left. Hold on. So, number 5. What was number 4? You guys know? Exactly. Get rid of the negativity. Some of you guys are going to get divorced tonight, I'm sure of it. Okay, because we're in a bad habit. And the bad habit is also like talking to ourselves like shit. I used to do it all the time. Sometimes I still catch myself doing it, and then I'll turn it around immediately. Because sometimes I'm like, boom, change it. Do whatever you can to change it. And by the way, this isn't an overnight thing. Sometimes it takes 90 to 120 days. You start out, you forgive yourself, then you commit to do what you say you're going to do. Then you start racking up the wins, so you start feeling like a little bit better, a little bit more deserving. Then you start cutting out all the negative people, and you stop talking negative. Right? Mm-hmm. Now what you need to do is make sure that you know exactly where you're going. So I call it map out and visualize everything that you want in life. Because then it really boils down to a simple decision made daily, all day long. You know what the decision is? Very simple. Does this move me towards or away? Because it's one or the other. Does this move me towards or away? That's all you gotta do all day long. That's all I started doing. My goal is this. Does this move me towards or away? Buddy calls. Hey, you wanna go get drunk? Does this move me towards or away? Hey, dude, you wanna smoke weed? Does this move me towards or away? Hey, dude, you want to play Call of Duty? Yes. We all fall short. But dude, it's a repetitive thing, so the best thing you can do is get really clear and specific on what it is you want, so you map out exactly where you're going, so you can run that by the filter. Does this move me towards my goal or away from my goal? And whenever I'm moving towards my goal, you know the answer is yes. Do it. Do it with everything you got, all in. Can't play half-ass anymore. You ever seen someone with half a butt? You have? Did you want some? There wasn't none of that. So you map out, you visualize success. Now keep in mind, dude, visualization works. They've studied it. This is scientifically factual that visualization, simple visualization works. If you guys don't believe in the law of attraction, I'm telling you, it works. I've done it a million times. It's the craziest shit. It's the craziest shit. And it's almost fun because I already know how to do it. So get the books if you don't know. Laws of Attraction, Outwitting the Devil. There's a bunch of them out there, but it does work, and it's really based on visualization. But the scientific community say, yeah, let's see if this really works. So they took 3 basketball teams, and they had 1 practice free throws, and they had 1 do nothing, and then they had 1 just visualizing, practicing free throws, and then they tested them all. The one that practiced improved, let's say, 25%. The ones that didn't practice didn't improve at all. In fact, they actually got a little worse. And the ones that just visualized shooting free throws got just as good, improved just as much as the team that did. See, your mind doesn't know the difference. Mm-hmm. So go knock on 1 million doors before you knock on 1 million doors.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? And visualize. So you map out and visualize exactly where it is and what you want to do. And then the 6th thing is you seek information. Seek, and ye shall find. Ye. I don't know who ye is yet, but I keep wondering, like, who's ye? I didn't hear about ye in the Bible, did you? But I think they mean me. So seek, New information on a regular basis, and here's why. And it took me a long time to understand this. The reason I was getting what I was getting is because I was doing what I was doing. And I kept trying to change what I was doing so I'd get different things. It makes sense, but I couldn't ever continue to, I just couldn't successfully change what I was doing because I didn't understand why I did what I did. Until I realized and learned the reason I did what I did is because I believed what I believed. The reason you make what you do, all your choices, everything you behave like, is because you believe what you believe. Especially if you're older. You've been living a while and you believe what you believe, and that is why you get what you get, because that's why you do what you do. So in order to change what you're getting, you got to change what you're doing. And in order to change what you're doing, you got to change what you believe. And there's only one way to change what you believe. What do you think it is? No. Nope. Who said that? New information. Dave, give her $100 million. New information. And I ain't talking about reading the shampoo bottle when you're taking a shit, dude. And we've all done that. Sitting on board. Not that. Real information. Books. Dude, I didn't read until I was 45 years old. And what's crazy when I think back, when did I start getting rich? I'm about 45 years old. So it was like, dude, listen, books, podcasts, courses, webinars, seek these things every single day. What about Sundays? Dude, I would be looking at information, and it may be spiritual information if it's on a Sunday. I don't know, but seek information every single day, because that's what will change your beliefs. If with no new information, you cannot change what you believe. The only way to change what you believe is new information. Like, you raise your kid from now on that fire is not hot. Take a baby and just make sure that they believe fire ain't hot. They'll stick their hand in the fire for a second. And as soon as that fire gives them new information, they're done believing anything you say. Because that's what changes your beliefs. So you got to change your beliefs if you want to change your behavior. So those 6 things right there, over time, will get you a little bit more confident, a little bit more worthy, if that's a good way to say it. You will actually raise your self-worth, and you have to raise your self-worth to raise your net worth. If you think you deserve more, your income is like, it'll raise to the level of the value you have for yourself. Like the other day, I asked somebody, I said, who would work for $100 an hour? And they all raised their hand. That's it? That's all you fucking want? That's all you think you're worth? And they said, yeah, shit, I don't have any experience. What are you talking about? $100, that's grand. They're saying that about themselves. They don't value themselves. They don't value themselves. So anyway, that's what I did. That's what worked for me. I raised my value, my internal net worth. I started to repair my insecurities and started to become a little bit more confident. And when you're confident, folks, life is better. You know, it's the craziest thing. Like when I say give her $100 million, you know, if I just said to you guys, listen, just for coming to this whole deal and joining us, I'm going to give everybody here $10 million cash. Who'd be excited? Yeah! Tell the truth. Everybody, right?
Yeah.
Think in your mind, just real, because again, this is visualization. Think what it would feel like if you literally just got 10 million cash. Tax-free. All yours. Think about it. You start to smile, don't you? And you start to feel a little relieved, like, woo! Like, dude, and then you think of bad news, people talking shit. You don't care, dude. Bradley just gave you $10 million. And dude, it'd take a long time for someone to come shit in your parade. Am I lying? No. Okay, now, if I said I'll give you 10 million, but you can't wake up tomorrow, who's taking it? Nobody. So how come you don't act like that every time you wake up? Tell them. Like, dude, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is smile. My wife thinks I'm nuts. I had to train my brain. I put a sign on the wall for years. So when I woke up and I thought about the car payments, I thought about getting kids to school, I thought about my job, and I thought about all the bullshit I had to deal with. You know, bullshit. I want to go back to sleep. But I put a sign on my wall that said, congratulations, you get another day, bitch. And I realized another day is worth more than anything I'm trying to get during the day. Which means we wake up with the gift so valuable, who gives a shit what happens during the day? It's going to be a great day, it just depends on how great is it going to be. So again, that's gratitude. When I started focusing, basing everything in gratitude, I'm telling you, that's when it changed. That's when it changed. Because I woke up and I started realizing, like, dude, that is the truth. I mean, because again, you guys can go home and think about that. And you're like, dude, that is the truth. That is the truth. You really would rather wake up than get $1 million. But yet you're waking up going, how come I can't get $1 million? You're missing the value of life in the first place. Wake up, you get $1 million, or wake up or don't wake up. Clear choice. So every day you wake up, even if you have to put a sign on the wall that says, congratulations, you get another day. What that does is it shifts your perspective. And perspective is really all we have to do. We just shift our perspective. There is a good situation and a bad situation in every situation. Everybody agree? Yeah. So you're in a bad situation, there's a good situation in there. It's just your perspective's messed up. You put two kids, one's rich, one's poor. Put them in a room full of shit. Come back in an hour. The rich kid's pissed off, the poor kid's happy. You walk up to the rich kid, what's the problem? He's going to say, what are you talking about? Put me in a room full of shit. Go to the poor kid, he's laughing, he's playing. You go, what are you doing? He says, well, with all this shit, there has to be a pony in here somewhere. I'm serious, it's the same situation. They're in the same situation, but one's happy and one's pissed. Are we doing that every day? Tell the truth. Yeah. We're doing the same thing. We're waking up without appreciating the fact that you just got to get up. And if you base it in gratitude, like I'm telling you, what you start doing is you don't think you have to go to work, you get to go to work. You don't have to pick up your kids, you get to pick up your kids. Like everything starts to be an opportunity. And that's the difference between people that win and people that lose. You want to win, dude, you have to see opportunity. You have to think abundantly. You have to stop being worried about money. A lot of people make the mistake. They start out busted. They get going. They bust their ass. They work their asses off. They start making a little bit of money. Okay? And then they go, I remember what it was like being broke. I don't want to be broke no more, so let me just start conserving this money. And all of a sudden their mindset went from abundant because they don't have nothing to lose. So they'll try anything. And they go like this. And then when you start making something, it's real easy for our minds to start being a little more conservative. Why? Because you don't want to go back to zero. So you start getting afraid. And you start actually restricting money. I know people with $500,000 in the bank asking me how to be a millionaire. And I'm like, well, how much you got in the bank? They're like, 500,000. I'm like, well, what are you doing with it? They said, saving it. I said, for what? Just in case. I'm like, just in case of what? That's like me walking up to somebody and they're building a birdhouse with a butter knife. And they're sitting next to a shed full of tools. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? They said, I'm building a birdhouse. And I go, well, why don't you use the tools? Oh, I'm saving those. What are you saving them for? In case I want to build something someday. Guys, money is a tool. That's it. Money's a tool. It's to be used. Quit worrying so much about getting rid of money because the richest people in the world, I'm telling you, get rid of more than you have. There are broke people that are afraid to lose a dime because they don't have much. That's why they don't have much. Okay, there's billionaires that lose millions. There's millionaires that lose hundreds of thousands. There's broke people that don't want to lose nothing. Guys, I'm telling you, quit worrying that there isn't more coming. If you've got the ability to sell, you've got the self-worth, you've got the systems and processes, you've got the companies and support, which, by the way, I don't know if everybody recognizes, but every one of you got everything I'm talking about. Yes. Then if you don't make it, go look in the mirror, call yourself a bitch. I'm serious. And then go get this recording and watch it again. Because I'm telling you right now, everything I just said, you may not have heard it, but everything I just said gives you everything you need to go make multi million-dollar businesses, each and every single one of you. And I don't think it takes 100 years, because it doesn't. Especially right now, dude, the solar business is embryonic. You've got all the people, you've got everything. And by the way, I don't know if you guys realize this, but the first step is to kick ass yourself. The second step is to now find other people and help them kick ass. Okay, a lot of people are like, well, I don't get it. Well, trust me, you don't want to work yourself. Like, I don't do a lot of the work anymore, because, I got rich. A lot of people think it's the hardest worker. It ain't the hardest worker, dude. If you think about the hardest workers, they're out in the freaking sun and doing the bullshit. Okay? The ones making all the money are the ones paying those hard workers. Okay, I want to be one of those. You guys will start out the hard workers. Then you got to replace yourself with hard workers. You got to be able to recruit and train and lead and manage. So get books on leadership. But here's the best part. Okay? And I don't know if Dave's told you this, but when I started Real Solar, I assumed we had all the shit Dave had, because I didn't know anything. I'm like, fuck this, easy shit, let's go! So I just put out a couple swipe ads, and I think I had like 5,000 or 6,000 people wanting to come do solar. But we didn't have the systems, we didn't have the backup. These guys were overwhelmed. They had no idea I'd get that many people. I had people calling me, well, dude, no one's calling me. I'm like, dude, they're on fucking 3,212. You're 6,000. Hold on. They're going to get you in like 7 months. But what they didn't realize is that I had the ability to pull. So now that we're joined forces, I can still pull. So here's what I recommend. And we'll figure out the details, because I don't know how, it all works here at Apricot yet. But I do know that I can get thousands of people that want an opportunity. They're willing to work hard. I'm training them. I can get thousands of people. So here's the promise. You dive in and start kicking that ass. Because if you can't kick ass, how am I going to give you people expecting you to show them how to kick ass? Because if you can't kick ass yourself, don't act like you can show other people how to kick ass. Go kick that ass. Right? Kick that ass and do what it takes, man. Yes, it's tough. Guys, it's tough. But it's just as tough being fucking broke. It's tough one way or the other, man. I always say, dude, it's a bitch getting rich and it's a bitch being broke, so pick your bitch. Write this one down. If you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes the sacrifice. So you're going to sacrifice one way or the other. Why allow it to be what you want? I asked somebody one time, hey, why don't you just quit your job and go out to this? Oh, I might get kicked out of my apartment. The shit box you just talk shit about that you didn't want. You're worried about losing an apartment you don't want. You're worried about losing a job that you don't want. To reach for something you do. That's like,
what you want.
One of those little kids that, they have a ball, but they don't want to let go of that ball to get what they really want. You have to be willing to let go of your old life to get a new one. Everything comes with a price. The question is, are you willing to pay for it? So if you guys go out and kick that ass and prove that you can kick ass, fuck, I'll build you a team. I'll give you people left and right just to go out and show them how to kick ass. Now you got a team, and then a freaking bang, and then a freaking bang. And pretty soon we'll have to change the name to Watermelon. Apricot ain't gonna be big enough. Watermelon Solar. All right, my name's Brad. I appreciate you guys.